Hi friends, today's lesson is from Module 5, Lesson 1. Boy, oh boy, am I excited. We're at the point of the year where we get to start doing something super duper fun in math that's totally different than anything else we've been doing. Are you ready? It's shapes. Oh, I love shapes. The first thing I did last night is I was like, I'm gonna make some shapes. So I got out a whole bunch of sticks and I laid them on my table. Don't they look so cool? Oh, wait a minute. I haven't made any shapes yet. Okay, let me rearrange them. There we go. I made 4 different shapes. You know what I noticed? Are all those shapes the same? Ugh, no, they are not. How am I going to talk about these shapes if they're not the same? I can't even explain which one's my favorite. Ooh, I think our learning goal is going to help us out with that one. Today's learning goal says, I can organize shapes by their attributes. Ooh, that's a new word. Can everyone go ahead and say the word attributes? Good job, friend. All right, what does attributes mean, Miss Arwood? They mean the describing parts or things that we can describe about them. All right, I'm going to show you what I mean. Attributes. Okay, here are those beautiful shapes. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to organize them by how they're the same or how they're different. I'm just going to rearrange them a little bit. We've talked about this where we're putting things into, we're going to classify them and put them into groups of how they're the same. So let me move things around. Yeah, that's looking better. Slide that one over. Oh, perfect. All right, so you're going to see the shapes that are on the left. Those are very similar. And then the shapes on the right are also very similar. Now, the shapes on the left, I can explain those as being open shapes. That means if the shape was a little room and I stood right in the middle, I could walk right out as if there was an open door. Because you'll see that it's not all closed up, so that if I were in the middle, I would get stuck. It's definitely open. There's a side that's missing. Can you point to the 2 open shapes? Good job. All right. Now the other shapes, are they open? No, if I was on the inside, I would be all locked up tight. That's because those shapes are closed shapes. That just means all the sides are all closed up, just like if we shut the door. So, one attribute to a shape is whether or not it's an open shape or if it's a closed shape. Don't worry, there are more attributes. All right, what about these 2 shapes? Okay, right away I should be able to say one attribute we just learned. How are they the same, friends? You're right. They're both closed shapes. But are they the same kind of closed shapes? No, they're not. What do you notice about their lines? Ah, I see, yeah. The circle is different from the little shape on the other side. That's because the shape on the other side, which looks like a triangle, has straight lines. That means they are not wiggly squiggly. They are nice straight, strict lines. Do you see all those straight lines? Oh, good. I can actually count the different straight lines on that shape. 1, 2, 3. Can you go ahead and get your finger and slide your finger on those 3 straight lines? Good job. Well, if the triangle has straight lines, that must mean the circle has curvy lines. Curvy lines are super fun because they go right round and round, or they wiggle wobble all over the place. Go ahead and slide your finger around the curvy line of the circle. Oh, good. So even though they're both closed shapes, that's one attribute they have in common. They're different because their lines are straight or curvy. Let's keep going. We're doing great. All right, we've learned some attributes to shapes. What's 2 attributes you could say about these 2 shapes that we've learned? Did you say they're closed? They totally are. And also, what kind of lines do they have, or what kind of sides? That's right, they have straight sides, straight lines. Now, oh, but they're still different. Oh, I couldn't say, oh, I just have these shapes. They're totally the same, because they're not. Let's see. Oh, you know what I see now about how they're different? This is another attribute. Look at this little guy. Soup. That's called a corner. When 2 sides connect at one point, they make a little pocket. It's called a corner. Go ahead and say corner. Good job. Now the shape over here, they started counting the corners in, has more corners than the other one, I think. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. This shape has 4 corners. Now, I like to put those little doodads in the corner, just like a nice little swoop, as I'm counting them so I don't forget what corners I've counted. Especially when you get into big old shapes, you don't want to get confused. So I like to just do a little swoop really fast in the corners. as I count. Now there are 4 corners in that shape. How many do you see on the other shape? Did you say 3? You're so smart. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. That shape has 3 corners. So even though their attributes, some of them are the same, they both are closed shapes, they both have straight sides or straight lines, one has 4 corners and the other one has 3 corners. See, there are so many different ways to describe shapes. Good thing we're learning about those attributes today. Thanks, Learning Goal. All right, let's cruise. All right, excuse me. Let's look at this shape. I'm going to ask you some questions and you're going to help me fill it in, okay? Here we go. Now, question. Is this an open or closed shape? Yeah, you're right, closed. Why is it closed, friend? So smart. All the lines connected to the sides. There's not an opening spot. If I stood in the middle of that shape, I couldn't walk out. It's just like I'm in the middle and the door is closed. It's definitely a closed shape. What about, ooh, how many sides does this shape have? Oh, can you count them? Ooh, did you say 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're totally right. Good job. All right, quiz. Are they straight or curvy lines? Yeah, they're straight. They don't wiggle wabble all over the place. They're nice and straight. And finally, how many corners do you see? Now, obviously, you're not going to be drawing on your iPad, but you could get your finger and just pretend and go shoop, shoop, shoop. Okay? How many corners did you see? I saw 1, 2, 3. Boom. Excellent. Let's keep cruising. What about this shape? Oh man, open or closed? Ding, 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 ding. Totally closed. What about, does it have straight sides or curvy sides? Yep, it has a nice swoop, curvy. And, well, I mean, if it's all curvy sides, is there any point where 2 sides meet at a nice point? Nah, so that means there's 0 corners. Oh man, I thought I'd get you on that one, but for sure I did not. Ooh, what about this guy? Open or closed? Yep, you're right, closed. How many sides? Did you say 4? Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot my other arrow. 4. Well, you see the other arrow will come in a little bit later, I'm sure. Is it straight or curvy? That's right. They're all straight. Well done, friend. And last but not least, how many corners? Zoop, 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 zoop. 4. I forgot the corner too. Goodness gracious. I'm glad you're here to help me out today. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corners. Excellent. Friend, you are doing so well describing these attributes. Oh, I knew they'd come in eventually. Oh, Miss Arwood. What a goose. Keep cruising. All right. Now, I want you to help me finish these 2 describing sentences. All these shapes, what do they all have in common? What's one attribute they have in common? You're right. And then you could say they all, yep. What about another one? Oh, good job. I said they all have 3 straight sides and they all have 3 corners. Friend, could I have said they're all closed shapes? I sure could have. Good job. All right. I could also say they're closed shapes, they have straight sides, and they have 3 sides. I could say that too, because I could say they're straight sides and there's 3 sides. Do you see how when you're describing attributes, you could get really detailed? Again, I could also talk about the 3 corners. All right. Can you find the 2 shapes that have 5 sides? If you would have circled the 2 shapes that had 5 sides, which one would you circle? Did you count them? Okay, good. This one has 5 and this one has 5. How'd you do, friend? Oh, good job. If you made a little mistake, don't worry. Just count each of the sides one at a time. I like to tap my finger on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about, there's one shape in this picture that's different from the rest. Do you know which one is different? All right, it's that guy. And why is he so different from all the rest? You're right. He has a curvy side. He doesn't have any straight sides. I cannot fool you today. Friend, our learning goal says I can organize shapes by their attributes. And again, the attributes are just the describing parts, the things that I can describe about them so I can explain them better. We've done such a great job today. It's your turn, friend. I want you to go find your teacher. You're going to get this exit ticket. Okay? I want you to fill it up. The top row just says how many corners and straight sides does each shape have below. And then at the bottom, it says look at the sides and corners of the shapes in each row. You're going to cross off the one that does not have the same number of sides and corners as the other ones. All right, go get the exit ticket from your teacher. Good luck.